So it's Monday, April 5th. It is now 2:55 p.m. I was a little bit busier for a little while because of something really strange happened. So let me turn this air down so you don't have to hear the fan. So I am at Walmart and I am working on my computer, on my iPad, and a guy pulls up a person pulls up about 2 spaces from me in a dark gray Chevy. I think it was an Impala. I got pictures of it. It had Florida tag on it. And the car's ticking, and the person's still in the car, but the window's down on the passenger side about 2 inches. Can't see in the car. It's real black. And so, and real nice looking car. It looked fairly new. It may have not been. It just may have been a well taken care of car. And so, anyway, I call over to the person in the car, hoping they'll hear me, because we're just 2 spaces apart, and parked next to the nursery and auto repair. And so I call over and I say, your car's making a loud noise, like a ticking noise, and it looked like they turned their head like they were looking at me. I couldn't tell. So I probably should stop and tell you this instead of drive. So anyway, well, I don't know. Maybe I better just keep on going. So anyway, this person would like come after me. So anyway, they do a couple things in the car, and they get out, and he stands and looks at me from the driver's door. It's a black guy, and he's probably about 40, cleanly dressed, and he says, yeah, it's a bomb, so if I were you, I would move my car. And I said, what? I said, that's not very nice. That's a very tourist thing to say. He says, I'm not a tourist. And I said, why would you say that? I'm just trying to be helpful. Something's wrong with your car. Just trying to let you know. A lot of times you don't hear stuff going on with your car on the outside. A lot of times you don't know you have light bulbs out unless somebody tells you. You don't want to get stopped by a cop and get a ticket for a light because somebody hesitated to tell you. So anyway, I'm just trying to be kind, and I know a lot about cars, and I'm just trying to be helpful, because the engine was off and it kept ticking real loud, and it was methodical ticking. So he starts to walk away, and he goes and gets a grocery cart, because there's like 5 of them on the sidewalk there, and he starts walking towards the front of the store by the nursery area, the plant area. And he turns around again, and he yells at me and says, I told you there's a bomb in that car, and you better move your car. So I gotta get out of this. This is the only turn lane. I'm not paying attention. And so anyway, it's kind of creeping me out. So I take pictures of the car, take pictures of the tag, and I move my car. I go over to auto, and I'm sitting there going, if this guy's lying or if he's telling the truth, this could be a really bad thing. The place is really busy. So a buddy of mine, I'm not gonna say any names that I know over at auto, walks by my car and says, hey, how you doing? And I roll down the window and I said, something really weird just happened, and I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should call the sheriffs or call store management or what I should do, because I don't know if it's true or not, but it's really creepy. And so I told him the story real quick. He said, well, and he just might be a snot ball and is just joking around. And I said, well, that's pretty serious, especially during the pandemic, because we just had a shooting here on a road rage I just saw like 15 minutes before this occurrence. I saw on the internet that there was a shooting in Okaloosa County because of road rage. It was a Georgia driver that was mad about traffic or some crap. And that's just crazy. That stuff doesn't normally happen here. This is a very nice place. It's just a lot of people right now because it's all the tourists moved here from the lockdown states, and now all the other tourists are here visiting. So it's a zoo. I'm amazed that there's car links in between us right here on the road right now. But anyway, so this guy says that I know at Auto, he says, well, you could call the sheriff, you won't be in trouble because you didn't do anything wrong. And there's video and everything all over where you were at. There's a camera directly over where I was at, which I know that. It's, you know, the Walmart's are the safest places to be. And day and night, they're very, very safe. There's a lot of video camera, audio, and everything. So, nice vet. Can I have it? I'm going to get one so I can give it to my daughter. Drive a little bit and give it to her. But anyway, so that's what I wanted to do when I sold the van, but that didn't work out that way. But I didn't sell the van. I ended up giving it away for free to somebody who needed it. So anyway, he says, you know, you can call sheriffs, but you won't be in trouble because you didn't do anything wrong. Or you could call the store management to a salary employee, and they said it might be a better option just to call store management and let them do their protocol on it. I said, well, okay, but I want to do something pretty quick because if the guy's serious, you know, because it kept ticking, and then he set the alarm and it was still ticking, and then all of a sudden it stopped after he left, and it was just really creepy. So, I mean, it had gone on a long time. We're talking like 15 minutes of ticking. So anyway, and the engine's not even on. It's not an electric car. So anyway, I said, okay, I'll do that. And then I felt bad calling the store because I know I'm going to get put on hold and be danced around. And so I thought, well, you know, I probably should have called the sheriffs so they would respond pretty quickly. It's hard because there's so much going on here right now, but they might get stuff done really quickly instead of the store. And then if in the event the store wants to call law enforcement, it's going to take even longer. And if this car blows up, that's really not a good thing because lives will be lost. It's very close parking there, and there's a lot of elderly that will park there to go into the store. So I'm really pretty worried, and I'm shaken by about then. I don't know what to think. I don't know to think if maybe this guy's just a jerk and obnoxious, or if he's, you know, serious and he's a lunatic, or what it is. It's just freaking me out. So anyway, I mean, it really bothered me when he yelled at me from like the corner of the nursery place. I mean, he'd make the extra special effort to turn around and start yelling at me from there, and still telling me there's a bomb in the car and I need to move my car. So that really bothered me because that's twice. So anyway, I called the store, and you know how that goes. They answer the phone 5 times, still telling you, can I help you? After you talk to the first person and ask for management. And they're like, why? And it's like, well, because it's pretty important. I don't know. This guy just told me he had a bomb in his car, and it was going to go off, and I needed to move my car. And they're like, what? So then I wait on hold for, you know, about 5 more minutes. Finally, somebody comes on the phone. It sounds like a different voice. And so I'm going to park over here. And so I tell them the story, and they're like, what? And I said, yes. I said, you know, I didn't know whether to call law enforcement or you. And I didn't know if it was true or not, but it was a pretty strong statement, and the guy said it twice. So that really scared me, and, you know, I'm shaking then, you know, because I feel like, you know, there might really be a bomb in there. I just don't know. And I don't want to see anybody die. So anyway, they said, okay, and then you hear some talking in the background like they know whose car it is. And the description and everything. This guy had a radio on the back of his waist of his pants. Like a walkie-talkie radio with an antenna. And I noticed that. And then he had these odd pants. They were like white, black and white, but it looked like white was somebody took a permanent marker and drew really carefully all over in squigglies on these pants. And he was dressed very decent, you know, and he didn't have like his panties hanging out or anything weird. And he seemed like a gentleman, black guy, and he had dark glasses, but he was really horrible, really obnoxious. So I just didn't know whether to take it real or not. But, you know, and I told him I had pictures. I had taken pictures of the car and got the license plate, and they asked me the car description, and I looked at my phone while I was on the phone with them. And then I gave him the tag number, and then I hear them discussing in the background, yeah, he has a car like that. I think that's his car. And I was like, how do they know this person? Because, see, I'm thinking maybe the guy's a cop or detective. He's got the radio. You know, he didn't have a Walmart outfit on or anything. I didn't know what to think. So they're kind of discussing in the background. I can hear them. And then they said, are you still on the property? I said, yes. I said, but I moved away, you know, and I got pictures. And so that they said, okay, would you mind coming in the store to customer service and talk to us? And I said, no. I said, I'd really rather not unless there's something I need to get in the store, as it's too busy now with all the people, you know. And I would kind of rather not because of the pandemic. He said, well, where are you at? I said, I'm still on the property. I'm over by Auto. And they said, well, can we talk to you? Would you, you know, give us a statement? I said, sure. And I start seeing people creeping around over by the area where that car's at. And they have tags. It looks like members of Walmart. So then I step out of the car, and I'm like standing there waiting, hoping they'll just, like, you know, pick me out pretty soon. And a guy walks towards me with a Walmart ID, and he's got a pad of paper and a pen. And he says, hi. And I said, I'm the one that this guy told me there's a bomb in his car. He said, really? I said, yes, sir. And I told him the story. And he said, would you mind writing it down on paper for us? I said, sure, no problem. I'd be more than happy to. And he said, well, gosh, that's great. Thank you. And I said, okay. So I took the paper, and, you know, if you ask me what time it is, I'm going to tell you how to build the clock. So, you know, it's like a 3 or 4 page deal. And I have a tremendous memory. So, you know, I'm writing all this stuff down. And then the police show up. And the police complain because I got a call over drug use in the parking lot. And it wasn't drug use. It was, you know, somebody claimed they had a bomb. So that means they're supposed to have the bomb squad out there and all that, which is a big deal when they bring the SWAT team and all that other stuff out. So anyway, they were talking to the management at Walmart, and then there was an undercover security guy that had a badge underneath his shirt. He pulled up his pink sweatshirt, and there was a badge. He said, I am an employee of Walmart, and I'm like head of security or something, he said. And he said, so I'm real concerned because we believe that it's an employee. And I'm like, what? And I said, well, do you think this is real or not real? Because I'm really sorry for the trouble, but if I'd left here and a bunch of people died because a guy said he had a bomb in the car and I didn't tell anybody, I would feel absolutely horrible. There's enough people who've died for corona already. I would feel horrible if people died over there, you know, because a bomb went off. You know, a life is a terrible thing to waste. So, you know, people are kooky. You don't know whether to believe them or not. So that's a really serious statement. It's like saying, I have a gun, I'm going to rob you. Whether you have a gun or not, you don't say stuff like that. So, just like you say, I'm going to beat your ass, and you don't say stuff like that in this day and age. So anyway, you know, there's like 4 representatives of Walmart, a very nice young law officer, sheriffs, Okaloosa County sheriffs. And so I walked over towards the officer, and I said, sir, I'm the one that went through this experience. I'd be glad to tell you what happened. He said, I kind of heard about what happened, but yeah, go ahead and, and tell me and let me have your license. They run a make on me. Gave my license back, I hope. Let me look and see. Huh. I'm pretty sure he did though. And so anyway, I was shaken by then. It's really making me nervous because it's like a clock. It's counting down. You're going, oh my gosh, what if the guy was true? And, oh, don't tell me I don't have my driver's license. Surely I do. Maybe I put it in this other spot. Ay, ay, ay. So, yes, I got it. Whew. I always got to double check, because if you don't keep track of your stuff and you go away, then it's too hard to get it back later, because you sound really stupid if you lose it. I've had credit cards like that done like that, and called 2 or 3 hours later and they're like, why didn't you come right back and get it? And it's like, well, because I just realized it and I got ready to use it. But anyway, so you don't want to be without your driver's license ever, or some sort of ID. So anyway, so I ran a make on me, and I told him the story, and he said, yeah, this is about the same thing I heard. And he said, actually, the guy that I talked to is saying about the same story. And I said, you've talked to the person that has that car over there? And he said, yep. And then the Walmart people were discussing back and forth that it's not a good thing, and they're very displeased about this person saying that. And I said, so I don't understand. I mean, was this real or not real? I feel terrible. I'm really sorry for the trouble if it's not real. And I said, no, you're fine. And they said, it's real serious because of the statement he made, especially when he did it twice. And I said, yeah, that's what I was real concerned about. You know, was he just being snotty? Why would he say it twice? Maybe he's real serious. You know, it may not be a joking matter. The guy might be cuckoo, you know. So anyway, they said the guy claims he has a problem with his car. That there's something with the air conditioning, blend actuator doors. He was describing what it was, and I said that's an air conditioning blend actuator door. But they're located generally under the dash of cars or in the back, behind seats and stuff, depending on the car. And that's a Chevy. I know my Cadillacs have like 7 or 8 of them normally, which is crazy to hunt that down. And they're all different prices when you go to change them, because I've done it. I have changed blend door actuators. And yeah, they'll get rattlebox. They get hung up because they're not turning to open or close the doors or to adjust for heat or air. And they get retarded sometimes, and sometimes the unit just wears out, you know, or it just goes bad. And so you have to replace it, and they're around $100 each, usually, just to buy the part. And then you got to go crazy and crawl up under the dash and be upside down for a couple hours taking that crap out, and then trying to put the new one in and do it right, the way the other one came out, in the exact position, and all that stuff with the rod that pushes the door open and close. And it's a big thing. But anyway, I've never heard of one being in an engine, but I'm no, you know, car pro. I'm just a hobbyist. Because this thing sounded like it's on the outside of the car. And it's click, 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 you know, it's kept clicking. Even after the engine was off, and long after the engine was off. After the guy set the alarm, it was still clicking. When the guy walked away from the car, it stopped. And so we're talking about probably a 15-minute span of this car clicking like that, whether he was in it or not. And it's kind of, that was bothering me. Just that right there, that clicking for the longest time. And then when they tell me it's a blend actuator door, I'm like, this doesn't even sound right. But whatever, I mean, I could be wrong. You know, maybe they have them on the outside of the car in the engine bay there. I don't know. But, I mean, Cadillac is a GM product, so I'm very familiar with doing blend actuator doors on that. So, I've had lots of Cadillacs. So, anyway, they're all pretty serious faces, and they're not real happy about the whole thing. The cop was real nice. He said, look, I don't want you to feel bad that you did anything wrong. You did the exact right thing. And he said, it was good that you let somebody know, because it could have been real. And I said, so it's not real? And he's like, no. I said, this guy tells somebody he doesn't even know, a customer at the Walmart, that he's got a bomb in his car and I better move my car. And he does it twice. That's just scary. And then it turns out it's an employee. That's even worse. Some guy that works in nursery, apparently. That's worse. Why would you tell a customer some crazy stuff like that and be snotty to him? Are you crazy, especially during the pandemic? Have you lost your mind? That is not cool. So, because, if there was a bomb and it went off and I had left and a bunch of people died, I would have been an accessory because I did not speak something I knew. I withheld evidence. So, I don't want to be in a legal problem like that, okay? So that's why I handled it like I did. I didn't know whether to take it as a joke or not. And then when he said it twice, it really concerned me. And it just was really scary. I'm still trying to settle down here from it because it's still upsetting me. And I don't need to have a heart attack over it. I already have heart problems. So anyway, yeah. So they're handling it. And they appreciated that I wrote the statement for them. And then later, one of the employees in auto, one of my other good friends, felt really bad because he had just come back to work after he had serious surgery, and I love the devil out of him. He's so sweet. And he offered me a place too. He was really sweet. And he had walked up while we were talking, and the police were there, because he felt guilty because he brought a different car to work today, and it's kind of fast, and it accidentally acted up in the parking lot there and went about 20 foot, like throwing a little gravel when he went to park to come to work. He thought that the sheriffs were there for him. And oh my gosh, when I talked to him after everybody had left, I went over to talk to my friends in auto, and I thanked the guy that assisted me in what would be the proper thing to do, because it worked out real well, because everybody's very happy with, what happened. And so they were like, oh my God. I'm like, yeah, I was the one over there. This guy said that too. And I told him the story, and then this guy, I'm not going to say his name, he's a sweetheart. He said, oh my gosh, I thought it was over me because I just got my car out of the shop and it kind of acted up when I was in the parking lot here just now. And he said I was feeling really bad. I thought that the police were coming after me, so I came out to tell them I was really sorry. I said, if you're in trouble, I will talk to them because you did nothing wrong. I said, this guy was saying he had a bomb in his car. He said, oh no. And I said, yeah. And I said, you didn't do anything. And I said, do I need to talk to somebody here at the store, your management or whatever, and tell them that you didn't do anything wrong? Because I've been here in the parking lot. And he says, no, I think it'll be okay. And I said, well, you let me know, because I mean no harm to you. I love you to death, man. You're my friend. You've always been kind to me. And I said, I don't want you to be in any kind of trouble. And he says, no, I think I'll be okay. I just thought it was over me. Because the car acted up all of a sudden as I was getting ready to park it, and I didn't mean to do that, and I didn't mean to scare anybody. And this guy's gentle as a lamb. He's this little sweetheart. And, he was feeling really bad, like he did something, and he didn't do anything wrong. I feel so terrible. So, anyway, I did tell him like 4 times. I said, please tell me if I need to go talk to management and let them know that you didn't do anything wrong. He said, no. He said, I found out what was kind of going on and realized it wasn't about me. And I said, yeah, it's pretty scary. So anyway, I found out through the grapevine there that it is an employee, and they work in nursery. And they made a very serious mistake saying that to a customer on the property. So, very scary. Very, very scary. So I just thought I'd tell you. I've been hung up for a few hours over this mess. But I was glad to offer my services because I could have left her and a whole bunch of people could have died over a real bomb. And it wasn't a bomb at all. It was just somebody with a smart mouth thought that was a cool thing to say twice. And it's not. So watch your mouth. Be careful what you say, because you can be held liable. I don't know if this guy is going to be going to court or anything else over it. I don't know if just, law enforcement and management is going to handle it all. I don't know anything about all that. I'll probably hear about it later, or it might be in the news. But yeah, very strange and scary day. Really freaking scary. Yeah. So, you guys stay safe. Watch out for the buttheads and people that are just acting like a butthole because they have nothing else better to do than be miserable during this pandemic. It's just not nice. It's very disrespectful and very scary. And I'm still trying to settle down from this. I hope I don't have a heart attack over this deal because it's really upsetting me. Anyway, and I needed to go in the store, and I wanted to leave because I didn't want to go in there if I saw this guy because he scares me. And I wanted to go away from the property. I needed to get fuel, and I didn't even bother to do that because I didn't want to be around there. I don't imagine he'll stay working there. I just don't imagine it. Because it's known that he is an employee. So, what a shame. They pay really good there. It's $14 at the store and $15 in auto plus insurance and everything right away. It's stupid to friggin' lose a job because of your mouth. And especially to a customer you don't even know. I don't know this guy. I was just a customer. I was getting ready to go in the store. And I was on my iPad doing some business on the internet. And I was just getting ready to go in the store. And then go get fuel. Yikes. So anyway, I hope you guys have a really great day. That's a cute little car, little Beamer. I don't like Beamers. They're worthless, but it's cute. But anyway, perfect car for here. A little Beamer convertible. But anyway, I hope you guys have a really great day. Love to you, and watch your mouth. Because it can be a legal matter. I'll talk to you guys later. Show the love. Make a new friend every day. Do something kind for a stranger. And as always, too much of a good thing is wonderful, and we will just take lots of that. Have a really super and blessed day. Talk to you later. Love you. Thanks for hanging out with me.